Okay, seems good. Let me tell people about it. Okay. Okay, good, good. I don't think there's anything to roll for today. It's gonna be my first stream in a long time where I don't actually roll for anything while I'm streaming. Look at that. It's just standing there. It's right behind you, Namai. Namai, it's right behind you. Oh, maybe not. Okay, how are we doing? Are we actually live? Okay, YouTube seems to be live. Hey, welcome to the stream, Professor Jelly. Twitch also seems to be live. Good, good. Okay. I still don't know how to get this red dot here to disappear, because nothing in here actually is unread. There's just a red dot here now. I don't know why. There's just a red dot here now. Anyway, let me quickly empty these. Okay, it's time to take a look at Exedra Crisis, where I'm gonna have to make a video of this as well. I'd be April Fool if that's even a thing one says, sure. So what do we got? Current Labyrinth Vanguard. Oh yeah, on battle skill, increases attack by 2% up to 50%. Okay. Battle skill is gone Vanguard points. Increases attack when you have reached activation phase. At 100 points you get activation. And activation happens again. Attack, MP, SP, damage dealt, speed, breakage depletion, speed. Okay, a lot of good stuff. Unity with Monica Senpai, she's good. Let's start. So it seems like we can do easy, normal, and hard. We cannot go any higher than hard to begin with, which means that we can't quite get to Crisis, but I have heard that you can actually, after you, like if you do hard, very hard, and then extra, it then unlocks Crisis, but you can't do Crisis because you're out of place, but you can hit the practice button on Crisis, is what I at least heard, that you can at least do that. So let's see, we need to actually complete the battles successfully to unlock the next difficulties, but we can do just some practice stuff. So we are gonna just go into training, where we can, for example, since the boss is weak to dark, we could just select weakness and go in with our basically full weakness team, right? Yeah, it's a full weakness team. And we can't just say, okay, let's just practice. We might have a roll later. Don't worry about it. Be happy with one complaints about being completely locked out of mode when you're out of place. You can't even practice after. Wait, but then how are people practicing Crisis? I thought people were hitting practice on Crisis mode. Huh. I guess we're gonna have to do the practice stuff tomorrow then, but for now, let's actually get up there. Yeah, let's just see what it's like if we're just doing a practice on hard difficulty. We don't have music. Okay, we're gonna have to do our own music. Don't worry, I've got it set up. What do we got? We can do maybe something like this. I don't know. So yeah, how to battle. Battles in this feature have both a time limit and a round limit. Multiple waves of enemies will appear, and victory is achieved by defeating the boss at the end. Even if a party is defeated, battles can be replayed with enemy HP remaining unchanged. In non-boss waves, defeating an enemy will deplete the HP gauge displayed at the top of the screen by a set amount. Yep. Enemies will continue to appear until that gauge reaches 0. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure. Let me put it on the see if it lets me. Okay. During battle, Vanguard points accumulate as various conditions are made. Conditions are also set for Namai's resolve. Tap the icon to view details regarding the effect. And when you reach maximum Vanguard points, the Vanguard activation phase begins. It remains active until the Labyrinth Vanguard's turn. So it's in the turn order. So you can see on the right here we have our buff with the passive buff right here, and we have the active buff once we actually activate it, right? Yeah. And then we have the enemies here saying things like stops all enemies, which I assume means makes it unable to have action order. Makes you unable to have action order advance. Yeah, battle start greatly advances action order. Now keep in mind, by the way, extra actions are not action advance, and we have a character who very much relies on extra actions. Yeah, and these guys just debuff you a bit. You absolutely can't active practice. Okay, perfect. So you see, we just used a battle skill, and we also hit the enemy's weak point, right? So on battle skill used, we gain 5 Vanguard points, and also says because we selected this particular resolve, we also gain extra Vanguard points with every enemy that we hit with elemental weakness. So we gained 10 Vanguard points. We also have the buff that because we used a battle skill, we got a 2% attack, which I think might show. Doesn't show in this list. Oh, it has a specific extra section. If we can do this, why can't we show buffs from abilities? Why are those still not viewable? Whatever. But you can see because we used a skill, we got a 2% attack from this. And because we selected this resolve, we got another 30% element weaknesses. So a lot of different buffs happening. And once we reach 100 Vanguard points, we get big buffs. Mega buffs. You get absolute mega buffs once you reach the activation phase. Right? That's the idea. I'm not going to go for the highest possible rank. I just want to finish Crisis Mode. That's basically my idea. We're going to finish Crisis Mode. Also, by the way, as you'll note, both Mummy and Oi give a lot of speed. And the enemy doing this whole stop thing doesn't really matter when it comes to, you know, speed. So Mummy's action advance is not going to work. But that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. The more important part is that Oi and Mummy give us a crap ton of speed. Like, the speed is the important part. Bam. That was long enough to on the way to nerf action advanced units. You know, it's perfect. I do very much enjoy this. Okay, we reach the Vanguard activation. Now it goes BAM! And we get mega big buffs. As you can see. Now I gotta say that all of this whole idea of selecting 1 out of 3 buffs with 3 teams, and then you have a passive buff in battle that you activate. Now this might look 1-to-1 like Star Rail mechanics in their endgame modes, but yes, the exact same. The boss's HP is shared with other enemies on the field. Boss HP will be depleted no matter which enemy you attack. All enemies will be defeated once the boss's HP reaches 0. Awesome. So we have our Vanguard activation. We're gonna just go bursting. What does the 30 actually stand for? Oh, it goes down, I guess. We start with 30 Vanguard points. Or is that for next phase? Are we already building the next Vanguard effect where we can only get 30 of it? Maybe. So it's gonna hurt. Okay, phase 2. Okay, this is also gonna hurt quite a lot, actually. Bam. Okay, phase 3, and she has ascended to godhood. Ascension 5 Charlotte, holy shit. When you're different, Exedra knows that you're able to keep trying with different teams if there's one vibes. Yeah, you in Star Rail, it's not like you have one boss and 3 teams, it's that you have 3 teams, and each of those teams has to fight a different boss, although it's 2 teams and not 3. But in ZZZ, it's 3 teams and 3 bosses. But here it's 1 boss but 3 teams. So it's gonna blow them the fuck up. So this was the very hard mode, although it's just practice because I wanted to see what it's like. So this was practice. And as you can tell, it wasn't very difficult. But then again, this is a full Ascension 5 team that is up there among the best teams you can do for this particular game mode, at least with a sustain. And I heard that on Crisis you basically need a sustain anyway. I got an A2 hooker. Should I try to get an A3? Actually, that is entirely up to you. Okay, let's do the actual raid prep. Now, I think we're fine. We could make 2 other teams, but as you can see right here, there's 2 other teams. But I think for now, we're fine. No, in fact, not. Yeah, this is. There's also other things we could use with the battle skill 1. Critical damage or critical hit increases speed. We don't actually have full critical setup. Like, we do have some crit from Akuma Homura, but that's about it. No one else actually gives crit. So we're actually gonna fine with Element Weakness. You guys, the class's Homura's ability gets denied in this mode. Yep, and that's very much perfect. Oh, this mode, getting gems now will be more easier for people. Yeah, this game will make everything better about the game. Let's put on something different. Get ready for crisis. It's crisis time. She says completely crisis all over the place. Still wonder if me feeling it very hard to simulate skill issue because I don't have necessary ascension at units. It might actually be skill issue. Now, when I'm done with this game mode, I'm gonna be looking at my 4-star units, and I'm gonna just see what you can get away with if you like perfectly play into the gimmick, because you have the gimmicks, right? This buff here, 50% attack, is insanely high. 30% weakness buff, that's insanely high. 50% attack and 5 SP when activated, and 40% damage dealt up, and all the speed and breakage depletion. These buffs are insanely fucking high. These buffs turn 4 stars into 5 stars, for example, right? These buffs are insanely strong. So if you were to just make a team that like maximizes activating and keeping this thing active, you could probably get away with like really bad units. Kamonogatari soon. I predict we're gonna get, of course, Shinobu. I predict we're gonna get Senjo Gahara, and we're probably gonna get... Actually, the rest is not that easy, because it's only a 2-parter, apparently. We could also get... we could get Cat, and we could get... who else we might get? Monkey? I don't think we're gonna get Monkey. We might get Turtle? Maybe we get Turtle, I'm not entirely certain. Or Snake, rather. If it's a Turtle in my record. I'm actually not certain what we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get one that was in my record, right? By the way, if you're talking about Monogatari to people, just say random names of like animals and people are gonna be like, oh yeah, oh you mean that character? Oh sure, of course. Vanguard activated. What was that plus 10 from the yellow, from the green? Because we killed it? Doesn't show anything in there. Did we get Vanguard points from something else? It says certain conditions and it says... Well, hold up. We hit 5 enemies with element weakness. That's 5 Vanguard. 5 Vanguard points. Just even max 5. Then we got 5 Vanguard points for the battle skill. Did we get Vanguard from killing enemies? Because that didn't show. Hold up. Let me take a look at this. Okay, we're hitting the skill, and you look at the right there. It says plus 10. I think that means kill or break. It might even be break or kill. I think that's break, right? Because we break here. No, we don't break. We kill them. I think I get bonus points. I mean the like green number that appears. The green plus 10. I think is from. I don't think I broke them actually. No, I get plus 5 from using a skill. I get plus 5 from elemental weakness. And then I get a green plus 10. The green plus 10 is what I'm thinking about. Because that green plus 10 comes from where exactly? From killing? Does it come from killing? Or does it... Because it looks like it comes from breaking, but I didn't break them. I didn't break them at all. I killed them. You see, like this attack? It doesn't break anything, but it kills like 3 enemies. 2 enemies, actually. Maybe it comes from killing. It might come from killing. If it does come from killing, it's not listed here. It's not listed in how to gain Vanguard points. I noticed this stuff, guys. Plus 15, plus 15. I got just... Okay, you definitely get 5 points for killing. You definitely get plus 5 for killing. And I think you might also get plus 5 for breaking. So it's plus 5 for breaking and plus 5 for killing. I think. Oh, already phase 2, there we go. What the stars above me? The stars above here, that's a good question. It might just show you how far along it is until it stops, because you see it stops in like 1 turn. Yeah, it shows you, I think, how close you are to it stopping. What does the boss itself actually do? Your class reaches enemy buff effects. Okay, we need more debuffs for the next ones. Each time damage is taken, grounds are magic when most you ground attack. Okay, so it's just gonna attack. And removes buffs. Okay, it really hates buffs. So go in with debuffs. I think I got like Ascension 1 Kanaya, so maybe that's good. Tsukuyo is actually great here. And Fuka. Fuka and Tsukuyo are both good here because both of them actually do use debuffs. And yeah, the boss has HP link, which just means it's linked to its other units on the battlefield. Although we did just gain a turn on a character. You have to do a team cannon for to discover the counter for the huge attack of the boss keeps between and the boss one shot of my team. Yeah, apparently this boss has a fuck ton of damage on higher difficulties. But for now, seems very easy. That's why we're doing so well with the same team. Ah, yeah, we might have to change some stuff around. MVP! Oh my god, look at that! They are the MVPs, the most valuable Puella. Now, where are the strategy hints? There they are. So when I make the guide video for this, I should probably tell people to click this button right here, because this button right here just tells you stuff. And you can see, oh, boss HP link. Oh, I see. Oh, stop. Oh, nullifies action order up and action order down effects for a certain number of turns. This also means that I can't apply action order down to enemies, I would assume. The Desert Witch has different stats and skills in its awakened form. Its apex form, oh my god. And Apex Overdrive! Oh my god, this is some fucking arch-tempered, what's it called? Apex arch-tempered thing. Uses Countdown to Calamity. Progress when the boss is activated takes a turn. Boss will perform an action that deals major damage. I think this is supposedly like a one-hit kill, so that you have like... So when this thing starts, you have to do a certain number of damage, or the boss just one-shots you, apparently. Yeah, while Countdown to Calamity is active, its speed will increase and it will be harder to deal damage, and its breakers will be sure to shut it down quickly. Okay, so you might want to, at least on high difficulty, like hold some specials, so that when this boss uses the countdown, that you can immediately fire all your specials and break it out of this, right? Means what Exedra needed? This is exactly what Exedra needed. This seems perfect so far. So in Apex, so this is the regular form, and then in Apex form, it inflicts ailments, triggers follow-up attacks, and removes buffs each time it takes a damage a certain number of times. Okay, so this is what the counterattack that we saw. Decreases buff attack. Oh yeah, so definitely just use debuffs, and then Apex Overdrive. Start to deal damage to the previous break gauge outside the Labyrinth Vanguard activation phase. So shift this phase as soon as you can. Shift to this phase. Oh. Start to damage to the previous. Oh, it means shift to Vanguard activation phase as soon as you can. Yeah, you're gonna need those buffs. Wait a minute, 80% stun? It's not immune to stun. Although it will be after the first stun. By the way, in case you guys didn't notice, in case you guys didn't know this, when you stun an enemy, which I know no one nowadays actually uses stun, but theoretically, when you stun an enemy, they gain stun resistance for the rest of the battle. So it becomes harder and harder to stun the same enemy multiple times. And I think an enemy gains like 20% stun resistance whenever you stun them. Which means that you could stun this boss like once, and then never again. But even stunning this boss once would be really fucking hard because it's 80% resistance. But theoretically, you could bring a Felicia and maybe stun this boss once. I think I'm gonna go in with mostly the same team, but let's see what I can change. I still like Ui because Ui still does good stuff for us, but maybe I have to change out the mummy. Well, with Kanai said she's completely single target, and that's actually kind of an issue. What else do we have? We have, for elements, Light and Forest. Light and Forest as well. Maybe I do actually keep that. Tsukuyo sounds nice actually. Tsukasa and Tsukuyo, they both sound nice. Right? Maybe I'll take them both. Tsukasa buffs stock damage as well, so that's actually pretty good. Huh. Mabayu doesn't quite work, sadly. I almost want to try going without a sustain and just completely mock the boss, but I don't think it's going to work that well. Yeah, I don't know about this. We could go really aggressive. I'm gonna try something. I want to try something. I'm going to go into practice mode with this. I'm definitely not going to go straight into the boss fight. I'm going to go into practice mode with this. Basic weapon. That sounds okay. No, I'm going with this. Not a good idea, sure, but what if we tried it anyway? This is not Crisis difficulty yet. In fact, there's like another difficulty after this before we even get to Crisis, so we might actually be fine. No, I'm gonna go for it. Fuck it, we ball. This is just, I'm gonna practice this, practice prep this on very hard. So a very hard practice prep. Because this might go kind of weird. The big mistake I made when doing extra difficulty was wasting my best team on the first wave, which is just at letting me running out on wave 2 and not have a good alternative attacker. So it's gonna be hard to tell where you want to place your stuff. I would assume you just generally, for your first team, you just go full on AoE with little sustain. Because it's possible that if you just got into a roll, you just barrel through this wave without a sustain, and then the boss is gonna one-shot you. But it's okay because you just had your team completely fucking destroy this wave, right? With just AoE, so you go full AoE for this. And then when the boss comes, you bring in your second team. And then maybe you do other stuff, I'm not sure. The problem is that my speed buff isn't here yet. Without my speed buff, I'm actually kind of slow. But now my speed buff kicks in. Bonk. That was a lot of points. You don't practice on extra? This seems very much a thing though. You can definitely have like one team that doesn't even have a sustain that just goes full ham. Like I see that being a thing. Yeah, this team does stuff. We had full SP again, by the way, because we activated the bonus thing. Okay, we got it. Okay, apparently this thing immediately does countdown. does it? It doesn't use countdown yet. Countdown to cleanse. So that's an active thing that it has to actually activate. So the countdown is not starting yet. I assume once it gets its turns, it starts the countdown. This is pretty powerful, I would say. Okay, here come debuffs. Does the boss buff itself? Increases attack? That's it, the rest is all debuffs. So it has one buff to itself, the rest is all debuffs. So theoretically you can cleanse something. Yeah. But no use waiting for it. Okay, I also want to check, if we push the boss to the next phase, what happens to the break bar? Does the break bar disappear or...? The break bar goes back, but look at that. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, it breaks so fucking fast in this phase. What the fuck? Oh my god, that is kind of powerful. Yeah, that is... It regained... Yeah, it does regain the break bar slightly. Okay, so even on this difficulty, we can totally just chomp the boss really hard. Yeah, that's... People underestimate Tsukuyo. Tsukuyo's actually really fucking good. Like, she might not be one of the best in the game, but she's still good. Need the special buff to break. Yeah, you do get... The buff that you get does indeed make you break a lot easier. Could be just on my run, but countdown didn't start to the last HP jump in my runs today. It seems like the boss has to activate the cooldown on its own turn, but it can only do that apparently in phase 1 and phase 3, because it seems like in phase 2 it can't even activate the countdown. This is probably going to be a thing more so on Crisis mode, because at least in these other difficulties it seems like you can't just go full ham with damage and just chomp the boss really hard. But maybe on a higher difficulty it might not be that easy to just push the boss. Love this mode, give me something to look forward to and do better. Unlike score attacks where ranking doesn't really matter. Yep. I don't know how well the rewards scale with higher difficulties, because in Link Crate the rewards don't scale that high with higher difficulties, right? So you can totally just do lower difficulties and still get basically the same amount of coins as if you did the higher difficulty, right? Okay, it's +3 points per break actually, okay. That's pretty powerful. So I have to check how much, what's the difference in the medals that you gain between difficulties. I'm getting so much MP from killing enemies, by the way, like, because when you kill enemies you gain MP as well. Yeah, level 12 is I think the best, like, sweet spot in terms of medal gain per difficulty, at least if you can solo it, or at least do well against it. By the way, why is there no action value on the Vanguard effect? Because you see in the action bar on the left, it shows the Vanguard effect, but there's no action value attached to it. I wonder why. Because it's gotta have a value internally. Like internally, it's gotta have a value, I think. Unless it's coded in a very special way, but it doesn't seem like it. You can see it, look. It must have something like 50 or 51, because it's like her turn slots in between the round start and where the Vanguard ends. So it must have an actual value, but it doesn't show. You only have a 0? Don't worry, I'm gonna figure out for my guide how you can possibly do this with low Ascension characters, or just generally with lower rarity characters maybe even. Okay. And then do this. And then that. And then mana cost is high. Bam. And sundered. I froze in dark. Cool. People who don't have Cool Homada is kind of this mode. There should be many different types of units you can use here. Like Cool Homada would probably also work really well here. Brass guides. I need to make more guides generally, but there's just so much stuff I need to do. Okay, I'm just gonna take a look at the strategy again. Looks the same. Oh, now 100% stun resistance. So the stun resistance being lower was only a thing for like lower difficulties. Sorry guys, apparently it won't be that easy yet to just stun the boss. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with practice prep and see what happens. This is on extra difficulty. I got pinged? What for? Oh. Yeah. Dude, no one's gonna fall for that. Okay. April Fools. Pranks used to be believable. Actually, the stop buff, no, the stop debuff is on all difficulties. This was already on hard. Nice. So the 80% buff down effect apparently is only from the boss, by the way, right? Yeah, only the boss has that. So on this wave, we're still fine. Okay, we're about to activate the bonus effect. There we go. Man, the UI can't keep up with how fast so many different things are activating at once. Like, stuff is just happening. Okay, so far it doesn't seem too different from the other one below. But there is a nightmare minion in the center now. So they did add a nightmare minion to this. Oh, the combo broke! Oh no! Yeah, if enemies do get a turn, it actually gets kind of dicey. So get some heal from this. Okay, another heal from this. Good, that's all of them. Just watching while playing Exedra in Taiwan server. Oh, nice. The Taiwan server is doing well so far. Okay, this, that. Next phase, please. Bam. Okay, that's a break, I think? Not quite. That's a break. So keep in mind, since everyone on the enemy side has their HP linked, I can guess that the ads probably have, first off, a lower defense than the boss, meaning they take more damage, I think. Probably, I'm just guessing, because they're minions. And secondly, they get broken faster than the boss, and then you can just have their break gauge go higher and higher. Now, I didn't check if their break gauge resets when the boss phases, but if not, it seems like the actual way to deal damage to the boss is not to actually attack the boss, but to attack the minions. Because their HP is linked, and the minions probably take a lot more damage and stay broken for longer, might be my guess. We'll see. Okay, big debuffs. Okay, let's see if the minions also regenerate their break bar when we phase. They don't. So the thing is, we can basically just attack the minions now. Like, let's say, for example, we had a bunch of single target attacks, right? We could totally just attack the minions for damage instead of the boss. Generally, actually, for single-target attacks, don't attack the boss, attack the minions. Oh look, final phase. Kienasa. Bam! Yeah, the minions is how you deal damage to the boss. Okay, this was extra difficult, I think. Although this was just the practice mode. That was just practice mode. How's the game performing? Generally, overall, really well. Extremely well. Yeah, don't worry about being late to the party or something, because basically everything in this game is like not missable. Like you can actually still play all of the past events and read all the past event stories and everything. So you're not actually losing out on anything. So we're gonna, by the way, do it now on Extra, and then we're gonna have to do practice sessions against Crisis, because it seems like we're gonna be out of place by the time we actually unlock Crisis mode. The HP link is exclusive with this boss. Right now, it's the first boss and the only boss in the game that has HP link. I assume future bosses will also have a HP link, but I'm not entirely certain. Maybe. Bonk. Okay, more debuffs. More points. Okay, I would like some speed buffs. Yakuni narimashita. I think I became useful. I think what she said there. Okay, bam bam. Thank you, ma'am. Let's start bursting. Bam bam. Yeah, the UI can't keep up with all of the things happening at once. Like, if you kill too many enemies at once while also activating your Vanguard, your UI kind of spasms out for a bit. But it's okay. Okay, bonus points, breaks, nice. Good, good. Now we're running off turns. Ow. Yeah, that Nightmare minion in the center deals a lot of damage. Like, that Nightmare minion is like way stronger than all the other minions. As you can tell. Okay, extra heal from that. Like an extra heal from this. Extra heal. The extra heals from Pluvia are pretty darn strong in this. So yeah, definitely take a Pluvia into this. Okay, now our buffs are weaker, but we're gonna put on some debuffs. I've never heard that voice line and I cut it off. This was a low HP voice line. I might not have ever heard this before. Good luck on grinding, Quarter. Okay, do this. Now with the odds broken, we do a lot more damage. That's great. Okay, do this. Next phase. Straight into the break. Enemies take a lot of damage now. Like a fuck ton of damage, actually. And because the ads are taking so much damage, the boss gets phased, right? Like, the boss travels between phases, not because the boss is taking damage, but because the ads are taking all the damage. Oh, we didn't quite get there, and now our buffs are gone. So it didn't quite work out the same as last time, but that's okay. Now this defensive buff, I don't think we can cleanse. I'm not quite sure exactly why we didn't get it this time. It seems like a little bit different than last time. Bam! But you know what happens when you lose in this game mode? You send the next team in. But I haven't actually made another team yet, so I'm gonna have to actually make one. Please assign Kyoku that I have not yet played the battle. So you go in here, and you now put in a different team. Okay, what do we got? We didn't use Kirika yet, actually. We actually didn't use Kirika. We're gonna have this. I want to use Kuhomura. Kuhomura seems pretty good here. This. And Fuka. Good. So we can actually still use the same portraits, by the way. We do actually have some crit, so we can do this. Speed, you can use speed, MP, defense, good. Oh, one more time. No. And then we're gonna use, what do we got? Oh, this one's perfect. It doesn't matter too much what I'm equipping right now. Action monsters are gonna help me. These also count as buffs, right? That would get reduced. It is what it is. Sure. Actually, no. No, that's better. Get some levels, can I? I don't know if Kanai is very useful. Probably not the best because it's a multi-target, but it'll still be good. We haven't selected a buff yet. We still have weakness only, so we're gonna keep using the weakness. And as you can see, we now have a second team. We can send the second team in. Oh, they're just coming out of break. That's kind of sad. Okay, time for skill, special skill. And we have to build up our vanguard again, which is kind of sad. It almost sounds like C4 exploding every single time. So, but by the way, we're not going to debuff the boss. We're going to debuff the ads. Okay, do this. C4 is exploding. We have a shit ton of skill points, so let's get the special up. I would like more specials. Okay, we got a break. That means my homo is coming online. Now I did break up my two best breakers, which I'm not gonna do for the next difficulty after this. Where I put my two best breakers onto the same team because that means they don't have any good breakers for the other teams. But yeah, that was that at least. MVPs. Yeah, they were indeed the MVPs. Okay, and now we have Crisis mode. This is where it gets real. This is the real mode. Okay. Seems to still be the same abilities at least. So we can't actually go in and fight this enemy now because we are out of place, sadly. But practice. Or we can actually check how much you get in drops. You get... Okay, so the easier difficulty is don't even give gold, so you have to do at least hard. Where it's 1200, 600. 400, 700. That's actually not that much more. It's like goes from 600 to 700. That's not that much more. And then extra is like another 800. So it doesn't actually go up that much from these modes. There is a bit of a jump to Crisis though. So on Crisis you get a little bit more than from the other difficulties. But probably most people just go with hard mode and that's it. It sounds like hard mode would be hard, but it's actually like not even the middle difficulty. The middle of the difficulties is between hard and very hard. Because you have very hard, then it's extra, and then it's crisis. So it's like really a lot of difficulties. 6 difficulties, and hard is only the 3rd one. They should have just called it something like very easy. Easy, right? Then easy. Then normal. Then hard. Then very hard. And then crisis. Extra doesn't mean anything in terms of difficulty, right? Anyway, this is now, we're gonna now need to practice for this. And I'm gonna make 3 full teams now. So first off, we're not gonna do the whole no sustain thing anymore. That's kinda not it. Like, that ain't it, chief. We're gonna go with this. And am I gonna have that in my first team or my 3rd team? I think it's gonna be my 3rd team. Like, this is my best team for actually killing the boss. But that this team needs build up. This is the problem, actually. This team needs build up. Okay, theoretically, this is my best team to kill the boss, but also this team needs build up, right? Like, Akuma Homura needs to build up her stacks, right? And because she needs to build up her stacks, I think you kind of have to put her in Team 1. Also, she's your AoE god. Like, Akuma Homura has to be in Team 1. She's the AoE god that builds stacks. And then only when she's at full stacks does she actually go ham. So I think I'm putting her in Team 1. Tsukuyo does not need to build up or like ramp up in any way. We would love to enter the fight with her special active, right? We would love to have a special active going into the fight. I think Kirika is not going to be in Team 1, right? Because the thing with Kirika is that she enters the battlefield with a barrier. And because she enters the battlefield with a barrier, we can totally have her be on Team 2 and 3 and immediately protect the team, right? That is a really good thing to immediately protect the team when you're coming in, right? So I think she's going to be on Team 2 probably. Team 1 should have a sustain that either needs ramp up or is going to be fine either way. I don't believe Iroha is still only Ascension 1, by the way. Still only Ascension 1. I don't know how. But that's just the way it is. My Mami doesn't have her EX yet. EX gives damage reduction. That would be really helpful to have here, but she doesn't have it. Theoretically, I could go off element. Sayaka does need ramp up. So I could have her ramped up by the time I get to the final boss. And since she's a defender, she might not care being off element. I think this is actually a good idea, like, right? Like, she doesn't care being off element because she's a defender. And she needs ramp up, and she gets that ramp up because I'm taking her through all the other turns. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. I don't know how it's gonna go, but we'll find out. I think I'm okay with these. Tsukasa might actually be okay later. Like, I don't know if I need her immediately. I'm not actually that sure about that. Okay, here's the thing. I can save some of my on-element characters for later by throwing some off-element characters that are probably still gonna do pretty well first, right? Like, specifically for the ad phase. For the ad phase, it actually seems pretty nice to have more breakers, right? So I might do something like this, actually, for the ad phase. And then if she dies, it's okay. That said, my best attacker is on this phase. So maybe it's not the best idea. Yeah, I don't want to throw away my best attacker, though. Light and... Yeah, I'm not actually that certain about this. Felicia might actually be pretty good. Or maybe not pretty good, but at least, like, workable. And even if I don't get the action advance from Mabayu, her buffs are still really fucking good. At least on the first wave. On the second wave, her buffs are gonna disappear, sadly. No, I think I'm gonna go more debuffs, right? I could have my mummy buffs active going into phase 2. Oh no, I think actually it makes sense to have your buffers in the first half, right? Have your buffers in the first half, and then for team 2 and 3, that's when you use your debuffers, right? That seems reasonable, actually. Yeah, no, I think this is okay. So we have AoE and buffers and off element on the first wave. Right? Let me put down what I need for this. I don't know if we're going to be able to crit well with this team. Nah, it's too dangerous. Speed, yes. I need better shield, barriers rather. No, action advance. A lot of people are going to have to learn how to play without action advance and without speed up because the boss nerfs your buffs really hard. And also is immune, or yeah, also immune to getting delayed. Business chance! Yeah, I don't actually... with buffs nerfed and action advance nerfed, there's actually like no good support for your buffers, except just using one that buffs your stats. Because of course your stats are always valuable. So I might just use this because, you know, the stats look good. Yeah, this one, because that's good stats. So this is one for stats. Mika code is absolutely based, yeah. This one's fine too. Yeah, no, this is great. And then you can take this. Yeah, this seems alright. Then for our next team, we have our Homu Homu, who does Homu Homu things. She gets some extra crit, but even with that, I don't think it's enough to go full on this. We don't have enough crit rate yet. Our crit rate buffs are going to be severely nerfed as well. Our crit rate debuffs aren't, but that's not going to help. So now we actually still have Pluvia ready, because we didn't use it on Team 1, so we can actually use Pluvia. How can we see what we have on the other teams? Can we not see what we have on the other teams? We can't see what we have on the other teams, by the way. You have to remember what you have on the other teams, by the way. Yeah, so we use this. Here, this already seems like a pretty good duo. And then here, I think we just go full debuffs. I don't think double breaker is a good idea. But we could have a breaker buffer, breaker debuffer hybrid. Because I know a breaker debuffer hybrid that might actually be really good here. That might actually be very good here. So yeah, we have two debuffers, or debuffer supporter, whatever. We have a good attacker. We have a good breaker, and we have a good sustain. Like, this seems like the team that can do pretty good damage in the against the boss, specifically by blowing up the ads. That seems pretty good. Let me see if there's better choices before I commit to this. Actually, there's a better choice for this one at least, which is this. It's definitely a better choice for this right now. But we're gonna use it on the final one, I would say. Right, so that's Team 2. Yeah, that's good so far. Ailment. I never really know what to use for debuffer support Kyoku because they're all so similar, but none of them are like amazing. I think this is 10% is pretty good. I don't know. No. Fuck it, that one. Whatever, that one. And then this for speed. I think we need some speed there, because she needs to get more turns out. Okay, level up here. Levels are gonna be really important because levels give you HP and HP and defense are gonna go a really long way here. Okay, that's our third team. Our second team. Now for our third team. Okay, we're gonna use Holy Mama. You guys. You guys just really want the Holy Mama. So we do this. We could theoretically do a Sumire team, but I actually really don't like Sumire like at all. I think she's actually really bad. Then we do this. We can still give buffs with Mabayu, but I don't think it's worth it because her buffs are heavily nerfed as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. We need a sustain, and the thing is, we're on forest, right? Oh, do I have a forest sustain for you? Now, Sana is kind of hard to use because her barriers run out really fucking fast, but keep in mind, Sana is actually much better in this game mode than you might think. Why? Because your speed buffs are so heavily nerfed, and your action advance is so heavily nerfed that Sana doesn't get left behind. Sana's turns usually get left behind really, really far if everyone else is really fast and has action advance, but because we don't have speed, we don't have action advance, Sana doesn't get left behind. Therefore, Sana's barriers are not gonna run out. So it actually works out. By the way, we do have a setup for her. We're not gonna go full, but at least, 21 should be fine. We're okay. She said, we're okay. If it's me, we'll definitely be able to do it. Or if you got me around, something like that. Then we have this. I can't stress this enough. Your levels are gonna be really, really fucking important. You really need to make sure that everyone is leveled up and everyone has at least magic level 120. That's like the minimum for this. Like, don't go in here unless all your guys really are maximum whatever level you currently have plus 120 magic level. Like the minimum. Plus all your support Kyoku should also be up there. Okay, we need speed. Speed bees. There's the speed bees. We need more speed bees. Actually, we need MP on this. And we need speed here. Right? Actually, I don't remember if we need speed on her. We're taking it anyway. So, Sna is here. You should basically always use Oriko as the support. Right? Because of her passive. Because her support is actually really fucking good. Like, the thing is, I don't actually want to use Oriko in battle. Because if I use Oriko in battle, I can't use her as support Kyoku, and like her support Kyoku is really fucking good. Like, this is fucking insane in any AoE scenario. This is really fucking good. So sorry Oriko, your support is just too good. Oh, we can't use it because we don't get any buffs. We actually don't get any buffs, so we can't use this. Or at least not reliably. That's a buff, right? This might not be it. Let's use... Oh, we can use this one. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna change music once I get into battle, don't worry. I'm definitely gonna use this. Okay, are we looking good? I would say we are. Also, did I get to... Oh, never mind, that's Sana's stuff. Okay, and we need a thing. Hold on, maybe I should change the other ones. Hello? There we go. So this is not full animal weakness anymore, but I think it's our still best shot. We're not gonna crit. On battle skill grants 1 and opponent skills for a number of targets. I think I still like this one better. But like this is mainly for your damage dealer anyway. Like, you should think about what does your damage dealer want. And my damage dealer definitely wants damage, like overall damage dealt for weak element and not battle skill damage. Akuma Homura does not do most of her damage with battle skill. Okay, what else do we have? Elemental weakness. Yes, is fine here as well. I think she also likes elemental weakness for this. We also have mainly elemental weakness. And for this one, we're not gonna crit, right? If you do crit reliably, this would be really good. The problem is, this enemy nerfs your buff effects, and it's really fucking hard to get close to 100% crit rate with only debuffs and innate effects. So this is not gonna happen. So I think we're also gonna go with weakness for this one. We don't really have anyone who deals so much battle skill damage that they would like to take this one. Like, that just doesn't happen. So I think we're gonna go with weakness on all of them. But the crit can theoretically happen if you somehow get really high crit rate. Like, in theory, the crit rate is actually the best one. But only if you get really high crit rate, which we don't have, so we're gonna go with this for all of them. Yeah, okay, that's basically it. Yeah. The third one seems pointless, like, don't use the third one, it's bait. Like, absolutely bait. Okay, so, let me make sure we're actually in the exact correct difficulty mode. We're in Crisis, there we go. Okay. It is time to do the Crisis mode. Let's start with Team 1. We're gonna just go down a list of 1, 2, and then 3. Now, sadly, our Sayaka counters do not give us any points because Sayaka is off element. But you know, that's just something that happens. Now, our Sayaka might take some damage, but the thing is, she has heal on her counter attack, so she will actually just counter heal the damage. It's fine. The most important part is that Sayaka protects the team. So have some good barriers, please. Defense up as well. Just protect the team, that's all I'm asking for. Okay. Ouch. Okay, barriers are holding, that's perfect. Like, Sayaka is the one who takes by far the most damage, but like I said, she has counter heal on her counter, so it should be fine. Like, even if she drops a bit of HP, it's okay. But no one else has heals, so we kind of need the barriers to not break on anyone, if possible. Because we can't heal. If we had Koto, we could heal, but Koto is off element, and there's no fucking way I'm taking her into this at, like, Ascension 0. Hold up. I'm not gonna use special here. You know why? Because I remember there being a nightmare enemy that spawns. Which is probably gonna happen on this mode as well. Maybe? Okay, there's the nightmare enemy. So, you see this? That's a nightmare enemy. That guy is way fucking stronger than anyone else. This guy is easily the strongest guy. So I held my special back on Akuma Homura to hopefully do as much damage as I can right now to this guy. As you can see, he's really fucking strong. Okay, extra attack, nice. I like my extra actions, because extra actions are not action advance, and therefore they hold. That said, my Sayaka is really fucking slow right now, and I need her to take another turn soon, because those shields might break. Actually, can we just kill everyone else so hard that we don't need to worry about the nightmare enemy anymore? Where's our counter? Sayaka, counter, there we go. We need Sayaka to counter to get some HP back. Nice. I need more speed on Sayaka. Did I give her the speed up? No, I didn't give her speed up. I should have given Sayaka more speed up. Because she really needs that speed, actually. And yeah, Akuma Homura is kind of going crazy because she's kind of like, she really likes AoE, you know? Yeah, I need to do something about that nightmare minion. Hold up. Yeah, on ally defeat increases attack and advances action order. So we need to do something about that, because we can't just have this guy kill us. Okay, let me retry this. Retry the current battle. Okay. Time will not be reset, that's okay. So I think if once the nightmare one spawns, we actually just single target down the nightmare guy. We can still break everyone else, right? But we don't deal damage to everyone else if possible. Because we need to absolutely get rid of that nightmare guy. That's strategy, man. We have to actually use strategy again, but keep in mind, if this was Star Rail, we wouldn't be using strategy. We would just be saying to ourselves, guess we need to have stronger characters that we need to pull for. Because the answer in Star Rail is not to play better, it's to just pull for stronger characters. But in this game, the answer actually is to just play better. Because now that I identify that Nightmare guy is the issue, I'm gonna change my strategy to single target down the Nightmare dude. Okay. It isn't really a huge difference between the games, yeah. Okay, I don't remember exactly when he spawns. I think it's probably around 66% or something. Okay, we can still go full ham on our DPS right now. Yeah, we can go full ham here now Nightmare spawns. Okay, so now Nightmare spawns, and now we also got our buffs ready. So now we got our buffs, we're gonna just try our hardest to kill that guy as hard as we can. This is still my best choice, isn't it? Okay, it's still my best choice though. Okay, the guy will get a turn here, but yeah, there's not much you can do about that. We need to make sure he doesn't get another turn after this. So as you can see, he does a fuck ton of damage. We get a counter heal though. Now, we are gonna accidentally kill one here, but there's not much you can do about that because that guy is so fucking low. There's not much you can do to not get wrecked here. Now don't kill anyone else. Now don't kill anyone else. Breaking is fine. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, counter heals. Single target this guy. Okay, do this and then single target the guy again. Are we safe to AoE? No, I don't think so. This does more break damage, but I don't think it's good. Okay, counter heal. Okay, we need to now kill the guy. Or break him. We can probably break him here, actually. Okay, he's broken. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Because once he breaks, he just dies. Which means our Psyker is safe for now. We have to make sure to actually kill these guys as well, because they're about to take a turn. Ow. Psyker's having some trouble. Wait, that doesn't break them. But I can kill them. Okay, 0%? Nice, you got him. Give me Psyker life is harder than I thought, because the Nightmare guy does a fuck ton of damage. And he blew us the fuck up. Okay, I need Psyker to take a turn yesterday, but you can see she's kind of slow. Good thing we have Akuma Homura just doing Akuma Homura things. Okay, our Vanguard is running out, which reduces our speed, hopefully not by too much. Okay, we're still gonna take a turn. We need to take our Vanguard back as fast as we can. And every single one of our specials gives us point because they hit weakness. Let me check our SP. Okay, this needs to be a single target because we're running out of SP otherwise. Yeah. Okay, do this. Welcome to stream, Metal Monster. By the way, also, everyone as well who has joined in the meantime, welcome to the stream. We're gonna see if the Psyker can survive or not. I don't know. We'll see if the Psyker can survive. Her defense buff is at maximum power, so maybe she can survive. The odds are broken, so they can't do shit. I think we're good on this. Okay, counter that heals. We can face the boss here, because the boss is actually like, it doesn't look like it, but the boss still has like 1 HP left. before the phase transition. But that should do it. Yeah, there we go. Phase 2. Saika is still alive, but might die from the burn. Suddenly everything has changed. Okay, we got the Vanguard effect. Saika's probably gonna die from the burn, that's kinda sad. She doesn't even get a turn yet. Oh, Saika is definitely fucking dead. But the boss actually breaks really fucking fast in this phase. Like, do you see how fast the boss breaks in this phase? That's insane. Okay, the ads are about to come out of break. Automatic defeat in 1 round, that's okay. We're running out of steam anyway. Okay, we're gonna die here, I think. Would actually be cool if we could break the boss before we die. Oh, actually, no, we don't have to. Actually, it's better to not break the boss. Oh, we have to keep working on the ads, though. I don't know if I want to break the boss yet. The thing is, if we break the boss now, then when the next team comes in, they have to work the entire break bar down again. On the other hand, if I break the boss now, I might have a better shot at actually pushing the boss lower, right? I can push the boss lower. If I go for it. Fuck it, we ball? Fuck it, we ball. We're gonna push this boss as hard as we can. Bonk. We're still alive somehow? I have no fucking idea we're still alive. We're gonna die to the very next attack. Are we burning? I can't tell. We are still burning. It's automatic defeat in 1 round anyway, so fuck it. Push boss. Okay, final phase. We have 2 teams now to do the final phase. We're not gonna do much damage here because we're running out of steam like entirely, and we're dead. Okay, so we have 2 teams now. But those teams have some weaknesses between them, but that's okay. Let's go. So this is the hardest phase of the boss. And we're gonna have to do the countdown. We're gonna have to play against the boss's countdown. So we're gonna see what that countdown is like. And I think we do actually debuff the boss. Okay. The speed debuff is gonna help a lot. Yeah, the speed debuff and the attack debuff are gonna help a lot here. So Kirika is absolutely perfect. If we have the April Fool's Kyoku, fantastic, perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, debuffs. Give me more SP and MP. Okay, the boss isn't counting down yet. The boss has not activated the countdown yet, so we're good. We're just gonna break the boss before he even does the countdown, fuck it. I don't think we need to spam skill with her. We're fine if she just attacks normally as well. Okay. Every attack works on breaking down their break gauge further and further, so that's perfect. Not yet. I'm gonna waste some MP if I don't do the other one. By the way, look at that. It actually says disable on the stop, right? That's interesting. That it even has a UI element to show you about that. Okay, we're gonna waste some MP here, but that's okay because there's no point in using Homoda Special yet anyway. Okay, the boss might activate the countdown now. Okay, countdown to Calamity. The boss is attempting to one-shot us from full HP. So if this countdown reaches 0, we just die. You can see us here, countdown. When count 0 triggers Calamity, which either we do 1.5 million damage, or we break the unit, or stun it. Stun is not gonna work, by the way. Stun is not gonna work, so we're not gonna stun that. So we're gonna have to break, but I think the boss has some break gauge depletion resistance at this point. Okay, we might actually do it just for a bit extra break. Just for extra break at this point. Okay. Count 1. We're almost there. We need to get this boss fucking broken now. This guy's break gauge depletion is too strong. Resistance is too strong. Attack units, attack Madoka. Attack Madoka. Once more, attack Madoka again. Attack Madoka. Perfect. Thank you very much for doing that. You just saved my fucking ass. That was so nice of these users to attack Madoka, because otherwise I would have fucking lost there. Yay, we activated the Vanguard effect, and now we're just gonna chunk the boss pretty hard. Okay, final round, that's okay. Additional turn, nice. I think I'm gonna waste some MP if we do it this way around, so let's do it this way around instead. Bonk, and we got him. We did have a third team after that, but that was fucking close. That was actually fucking close. Like, really fucking close. Now we need to do this 3 times a day from now on. We need to do this 3 times a day from now on. So we could probably do much better with our first team, by the way, if we use Kirika on the first team. But that's gonna be really hard. I think, so the idea with Sayaka was maybe not the best, because she does actually die too quickly. So I think we could use Iroha, but she's only Ascension 1, sadly. What's up with my Kaede? My Kaede is Ascension 3. She's not even Ascension 4 yet. There's a skip button? Yes! But because that was practice mode, we have to do it at least once tomorrow. But yeah. We could theoretically use Tot. The problem is Tot doesn't provide any passive damage reduction to the team, and her barrier fucking sucks. So, is it against Cody getting better? Yep, it has been getting better every single update since release. I think Sayaka is still a good choice for just getting us to that finale. No, I think we still go with Iroha actually for a re-clear. Theoretically, the best choice in my opinion would actually be this mummy right here. If she had her EX. Because this mummy with EX actually gives a decent amount of damage reduction to the team, which would actually be really helpful for the first wave. But I guess we would be using Iroha instead. HP recovery, that's not the better one. What's the best HP recovery one? It's not this one, is it? Is it? Let me check. Is this the best healing one? Actually, no, I think this is the best healing one now. So I think the other healing was this. Yes, the better healing one. She's dark type. Oh, okay, hold up. Fuck it, use this one. And then this one. Crystals are using for the Devil Homina. Hold up, I'll show you. I'm using EX, Towering Offense, and Dominant Blow. And some good substats as well, of course. So yeah, I think this is basically the idea. How long does this take? It only took a little over an hour actually for all of that. Interesting. I wish they would just add a skip to standard. The grind is hell. Instead of even if you do auto and speed up. Well, the idea is that when you do like main story standard difficulty, the idea is that you actually like read the story in between battles. And so the battles sort of like break up the pace of you reading the story. That is the idea. Of course, if you know the story beforehand, then of course you're not going to read it. Like I didn't read any main story yet because I knew the story beforehand. The only exception was Crescent Memoria, but with Crescent Memoria, I still just skipped the story first and then read it later from the archives, because from the archive you can read it all at once. So, yeah, that's... I don't know about that. Let me actually see if we could make a team that is somehow going even further. Should we just try and make the hardest team to instantly fucking dunk on the boss? What's the best boss dunking team we can make? It would have to be debuffs, right? AoE debuffs. We don't have any AoE debuffers of these types, right? None that are good. We have Tsukasa. That's the best we have. Which is good, I guess. So if you want to just dunk on the boss as hard as we possibly can, I think we do use Ui. We use this, we use that. Could this team even do it all by themselves? This game started with the first time we actually experienced Marco Maker. Well, that's perfect. That's exactly what the game is for. We need extra speed here, so Felicia, yeah. %, speed, 5% speed. Nope, that's not even speed at all. 15% speed. Pocket this one. No, that sucks. That's not a... This is no good. This one. This was the best one. There we go. Is this the best boss killing team? Maybe? I mean, it has some debuffs. The problem is we don't have like a proximity debuffer for any of these three elements, like light, dark, and forest. Theoretically we have one, Nemu, but Nemu is for buffing forest units, and our damage dealer is not a forest unit. And Sumire is not good, because she's lacking a good teammate. So I think this is still the best we can do. And I think even with the 80% nerf to buffs, Ui, I think, is still a good choice here. She definitely helps us on the first team anyway. Yeah, I think this is still the way to go. Because I don't think we have a better choice for this slot. For this slot right here, I mean. Yeah, no, I think this is the best choice. Yeah, nope, there's just no better choices for this right now. But that's okay. Yeah, let's just see how far we can get with just one team. With just one team, how far can we get? Are we in the correct difficulty? Yeah, crisis, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. One team. One team. One team. One team. Like I said, I could kill the boss and trust. Maybe. You got into the game because your partner likes the show and basically, yeah, game is free. So sure. Why not? Sounds perfectly fine. Sounds like nothing wrong happened. Glad you can catch the show as your moves. You animate my account and succeed a lot. I don't know if you can really do the same thing that I do, because I might have completely different characters and essentials than you have, but you know. I would like a skill point back. That's the wrong character. There you go. Good. Good. Bonk. Good. Good. Perfect. Wait for this round to die and then nuke the next wave. Okay, nuke the next wave after this. So I think now the elite spawns. Okay, that's the elite of the nightmare unit. And now we just burst the fuck out of them. Burst as hard as you can. I want this guy fucking dead on my screen. Okay, we've done got good damage so far. Actually, go to this instead. Dead on my screen, I say. Do this. Dead on my screen, come on! You have all the girls? Nice. You haven't steered me wrong yet. Oh, I can't guarantee that this is actually going to be helpful, but we'll see. Is there some breaks in here? Not quite. How about this? That's a break on the elite. Good. That's perfect. We need to wipe this up as fast as we can, otherwise we can't really get to the boss. There we go. That's the debuffs. What are we looking at? I can maybe do a regular attack for once. She's running out of skill points otherwise. Yeah. That's an extra action anyway, so we can do this and then that. And then back. There we go. Run it back. Perfect. Okay, slow down slightly because we're running very low on skill points. Okay, get me back to the promised land that is called Vanguard. Nice. And this, please. Awesome. We definitely need to refresh our berries because otherwise they're gonna run out in between and that would be very fucking sad. Okay, break. Perfect. No, this is fine. We do this. Okay, we're gonna chunk the boss now. That's a good amount of damage. I once again we all skill points, sadly. We're gonna get skill points back once we activate Vanguard, by the way. So even though we are extremely low on skill points right now, we're about to not be low on skill points anymore. Okay, we face the boss. No, this is good. We're gonna get our skill points and our buffs, and we need that. Like, right the fuck now. Okay, 5 skill points. There we go. Since the boss faced, he doesn't have debuffs, but now he will. Remove buffs, that's okay. Because our Uri is just about to reactivate her buffs. There we go. They're very small buffs because of the passive, but they're still buffs nonetheless. I think we have to wait with applying this debuff. No, wait until the next turn starts. There we go. For maximum effectiveness. Sadly, buff removal also removes our barrier, but the thing is that's only in this phase, and we might be able to get the phase ending soon, maybe? Actually, I don't know. You first saw Cosmic Warrior, you first saw, oh cool, new manga record content. Because you thought Sumire was Iroha? What? Yeah, but it's a complete person. Oh, this phase sucks, by the way. This phase is terrible. We're also about to run out of turns, so this is not going very well at all. This second phase is shit. We actually did worse than last time. How do we do worse than last time? No, seriously, how do we do worse than last time? I don't know how. We must have gotten I think we must have gotten a really good fucking combo last time. And this time we just didn't get a good combo at all. Right? I'm gonna do something else. Let me... So, Ui is not gonna do much for us in phase 2 anyway. So yeah, fuck it. Double Breaker. Maybe this one isn't that a buff? That's gonna work. This is fine. That's fine. Sure, that's all fine. This is also good because I think this shaves off one turn of the rotation. No, if you probably want one speed regardless. Okay, let's see what this one does. Will Fuki better for a debuff 18? Yeah, but she's low ascension. And her debuffs don't do that much. I mean, that they help, sure, but it's not that much, to be fair. Let's do something different. Okay, hold on. Okay, do this. Bonk. Ow. Wrong character again. There you go. Not yet. Not quite. Okay, blow him up. Okay, good timing. We just got all our skill points back. The very moment they ran out. Is the Elise spawning yet? He's gonna run in right now, right? There we go. Yeah, around 72% he walks in. So now I can stand by shaking up the meta. The meta has been completely redefined because of that. Bonk, break them all. True end. Break them all. There we go, easy. Although I think he is gonna get turned. Yeah, he's not quite breaking from this, sadly. Like he survived on very low break bar, so he's getting some hits in here. So gonna take a bit longer for our next turn. That's kind of sad. There we go. Needed that a little bit sooner. So you can use more here's to best support. Well, time to learn new supports. And there we go. Bonk. You can tell, by the way, that this is going much slower than last time because we don't have our buffs. That said, on the boss, our buffs are nerfed anyway, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. Okay, there we go. Big day for debuffers. If only this boss was weak to fire and you could use Campos Kyoko here, that would have been insane, actually. Okay, running at low skill point, that's okay because we need to funnel them basically onto our breakers anyway right now. Okay. We're gonna be fine with this. So we can still use a single target. Yeah, that's okay. And then this. There you go. Do we do it right now? I think we do because we are special immediately. Yeah, it's also quite clear that outside of your Vanguard you do so little damage. Like, your Vanguard is really fucking important. That's where most of your damage even comes from, is from the Vanguard. Because I assume your Vanguard's buffs are not reduced by 80% like the rest. Okay, we're about to re-enter Vanguard in just a bit. So we need to throw in here, we're gonna get hit, and then the hit is gonna give us the special where we need to wait one more time. Now we do it. Okay, this and that. We can use some skill points now because we're about to re-enter Vanguard mode. If I speed reduction special, yeah, Kirika is fantastic here. Okay, Vanguard time, now our damage comes back, now we do damage again. Damage time! That's the first one. That's an extra action. That's an extra action. And one of those was actual turns. Here's our special. That's an extra action. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That was a lot of turns. That was a lot of turns. Okay, here's where it gets dicey. But the thing is, the ads are about to break, which hopefully gives us some good damage into the boss. We can do it with this, you don't need to use skill. Perfect. Losing buffs only hurts as far as our barriers are concerned. Okay, break the fucking boss now. Break now! Nice, we fucking got him. We made him go. And that's nice. The problem is, we're out of fucking turns. We're actually out of turns again. You know what the problem is? If we don't have Ui on the ads, we don't have any speed, right? Like, getting speed on the ads is actually really fucking important, because if you don't get speed on the ads, then it takes a long time to beat them. It takes a really long time. It took like an entire 1.5 turn or something just to get the ads down. So I think we can also write down that you absolutely fucking need buffers on the ads, like these speed buffers. You need speed buffers on the ads, because otherwise they're taking way too long. So, since you have multiple teams, I guess we can say that since the boss nerfs buffs so hard, your very first team right here should be just full-on high damage area of effect buffers, right? Buffers and area of effect. So not something like this, but something completely different, right? So you want to go buffers, you want to go area of effect for this first team. So you're definitely picking something like this, and you're definitely picking something like Mummy as well. You're definitely doing something like this for the first phase. Let's get a bunch of speed, it's a lot of damage, and then you're just spamming Akuma Homoda stuff to defeat the ads. And then once you're on the actual boss, then you're using debuffs and sustain. Like, you have our strong sustain here, we have some strong debuffs and just stuff that helps us out. And that's basically what we're doing. We have you see we have a selection of debuffs, some strong sustain. The attacker doesn't actually matter that much. Like, by the way, you could also theoretically use an Oriko, but if you do that, you can't use her as a support Kyoku, which is sad because she's a really fucking good support Kyoku. But theoretically, Oriko would work here as well. Yeah. And I think you're basically always going to use the center buff, by the way. You're basically always going to use element weakness. it seems that as far as at least crisis difficulty is concerned, you're probably not going to actually use off-element characters. Like, off-element character for crisis seems kind of terrible. Like, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think we can actually totally do something like double Iroha for this first phase for these guys. Like I set it up earlier, but yeah. Okay, and then this. No, not on this one. This one? Oops. Yeah, if you have an off-element character when the boss attacks, the boss will probably just one-shot you. The other way around? So I think something like this seems pretty good. Theoretically, if you want to use your Akuma Homura for actually killing the boss, and you don't want her on party 1, you can totally use Oriko in party 1, or Holy Mummy. I think either of those should also work really well on the first part. Or you could actually use your cool Homura on party 1, because keep in mind, on the AoE phase, the hardest part of the AoE phase is the elite that spawns, because you have this one elite enemy that spawns, and that one has a really fucking high HP pool, and also hits really fucking hard. So you could bring someone like Akuma Homura to just assassinate that guy when he spawns, and because of her repeated bonuses from breaking enemies, she might get a lot of follow-up attacks and MP to just keep spamming out ults. Now, she doesn't get the bonus turns from her ult because they're action advanced, but the follow-up attacks that are gonna help her, the bonus specials she gets, should still be doing a lot of cleanup. But yeah. So Oriko and Holima would also be pretty well here. Would Desert Mami be good? Yes, Desert Mami would be pretty good, but I would say specifically try to get her EX Crystallis, because her EX Crystallis gives damage reduction as far as I know. So should be fine to have her in there. But let me see what W actually does. So this is me just going full on the first phase. Would I change some of those around? No, that's fine. We're not gonna change anything here, because yeah, this is just what we want there. You know, team of lineups like this should be fine. I think there's also this other part in the final phase. Can you look at the log? Oh. There's also this part of the final phase, the countdown to calamity. I would assume what you would probably have to do, if you don't have a super fucking awesome team or whatever, is that when you enter the battle with like your second team or your third team, and you're like getting to that final phase, when you're in that final phase, you probably want to either A, you're getting the boss from phase 2 and 3 and you have a lot of specials ready. You might want to throw out all your specials on your breakers immediately to break the boss before countdown happens. Otherwise, I would actually say save all your specials. Save all your specials when the boss phases into phase 3 until the boss uses countdown to calamity, and then immediately have every single character throw their specials at the boss to stop the boss. Because if you do 1.5 million damage, with 1.5 million damage you can break the boss out of the countdown. And 1.5 million sounds a lot, but I think it's shared across all the enemies, so which means doing 500,000 to each of the enemies also breaks the boss out. So spam AoE. Like if you have a bunch of AoE characters, you can just, for example, use a single Oriko ult, a single Holy Mummy ult might actually be enough to break the boss out of the countdown. But keep in mind, you need good debuffers for that. You need debuffers like Tsukasa, for example, to make sure the boss actually takes damage at all, to make it happen. But yeah, this seems to be what you're gonna do, right? So there's a lot of strategy. Like I would say most of this comes down to strategy. I would say the actual, like, having the correct characters at high ascension is not actually as important as just having the correct strategy. Rapida guarigione. Why are we all speaking Italian? What? Ouch. We're missing MP because the double Iro did not do an attack. Also, a double Iroha's specials are not going to give skill points because she's not Ascension 4, and that's kind of sad. Okay, I'm gonna hold this special for now. Because we're gonna need ways of protecting ourselves once the Nightmare Dude attacks us. That's a big bang. But we do need to keep our regeneration alive. Regeneration does not last for that long, sadly. Does regenerate last longer at Ascension 2? I think I can't check. Because I don't have her Ascension 2 even, sadly. Nice. There we go. Okay, so once we do this, the big ad might spawn. Yeah, so it should spawn now, so now we go ham. So once this guy attacks, we're gonna need to immediately counter with a Iroha special. Okay, that didn't do that much damage yet, but now we do. So we can also work on building up the next special. Ima got chance, ne? What? We're taking a lot of damage. Bam! Okay, break the elite. Nice. And that's this. They just die. They just die, dude. Extra action. That's it. And they just died. It goes that far. Now this team was made specifically to kill the ads, which means they're not going to do that well against the boss. But we should still be able to push it through phase 1, I think. The damage is kind of crazy, yeah. Just need as much damage as we can. We still do a decent amount of damage. I guess it's still a fuck ton of damage. Like the first phase is really not that much of a deal. Okay, that's another special from this. And that should be phase 2. Now the boss is going to become quite a lot more annoying on phase 2. One of the big problems is now that the boss will actually cleanse our regeneration buffs. Which is not nice. So just fucking go ham on the boss. And we have a lot of time, by the way, because we killed the ads so fast, we have so much time on the boss. I would like a special. That's not a special yet. That's a special. Now I can heal. The heal is not that strong, sadly. Okay, skill point. Combat raise the good stock so high, yeah. She was never bad, but now she's like a lot more valuable. Valuable, Jesus Christ. There go our buffs, sadly. Okay, at least now the guy's broken. Sadly we're gonna do a lot less damage now because the edge just came out of break. But you know, that's okay, because this team is not designed to kill the boss or anything like that anyway. Ow. At least try your best. Nice. Ouch. We're gonna lose our buff here, that's really sad. I don't know if we're gonna get the buff back before the thing ends. Get us Ui special? We're not gonna quite push the boss, but try your best while you have the buff. Good. Just do a bunch of damage, it's okay. Okay, and now we're gonna run out of steam entirely. Like, we're entirely out of steam now. We're not gonna get another special buff up before the end of this battle anyway, and we're about to die also. We broke him? I didn't realize we were that close to breaking them. What? Oh, we do actually get final phase then. Nice. That's good, because that means that the next team doesn't have to worry about dealing with phase 2, which is good. But they're gonna have to worry about dealing with the... can we maybe get a combo from this? Because if we get special... Okay, we didn't get special. I was hoping that skill would give me special. So yeah, we actually did better than the team that was supposed to actually kill the boss. And the reason is because we just got so much more time from just doing the first phase much faster. So yeah, getting speed buffers on the first wave was really fucking good. Generally getting buffers on the first wave, not just speed, but just generally buffers on the first wave did really, really good. Did really well for us. And now we have guys that do mainly debuffs. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to now see if we can stop the boss via damage from the countdown. Okay, so we're gonna get our... We need to get our Homu special up so we can use our Homu special once the boss breaks. Nice. We just get our debuffs up as well. Okay, I think from now on we save every single special we can. Okay, we save all specials from here on. Once the boss starts the countdown, then we go. We're also gonna have to worry about getting our buff back up, because our buff is also about to run out. Even though we just got it, because we don't have much speed. We just don't. Countdown, there we go. Now we just use all of our stuff. Hold up, the boss is about to... no, that's fine, we just go. Everything we have. Absolutely everything. Is there a way of seeing how much damage we've done? Is this red bar how much damage we've done? I think that red bar is how much damage we've done. We didn't do that much damage yet. Okay, we didn't do that much damage yet because we don't have our buff. We need to race to our buff. We actually like time the buff with when the boss actually does the countdown. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Count 2, count 1. Okay, we have a bunch of specials coming up again. Okay, that's another few points. That's some more points. Yeah, if you don't have your buff, you just don't get enough juice. You just don't get enough juice in your tank if you don't reach the buff in time. Yeah, I think we actually die here. So I think this is 0. Yeah. Calamity! Looks like this. I'm actually surprised it didn't one-shot me. But yeah, you need your buff. Without your buff, you just can't fucking do it. It's not possible. Or at least not With this setup at least it's not possible to do that. Yeah, that's what it does. That's what Calamity does. I'm actually surprised it didn't instantly kill me. I'm actually surprised I actually somewhat survived a little. Okay, I would like to retreat now, but I don't think you can. Because I would like to have this exact state now going into the next group. Sadly, your debuffs don't carry over into next phase, because that would be really cool. So dealing with the countdown is extremely fucking important. There is another way of dealing with the countdown. And this team should maybe be able to do it. You can use a skill to farm Vanguard points. Oh yeah, that might be good on Mel. Like yeah, Mel still can farm Vanguard points. Not infinitely, because of course you run out of skill points. But the other way of dealing with the countdown is to just break the boss. Like really fast. And if you have a single target breaker like me for you might actually be perfect here. I did not mean to use that one. Let me actually retry this very bad. Whoops. I want to use skill on Sana. Actually, don't use special yet. Wait for both of them to come out. Now do it. Okay, there we go, and now we can work on breaking the ads again. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Mel might be really good for that. And yeah, Mel also might be really good at breaking the boss in this. So yeah, you can end Countdown to Calamity by breaking the boss. And someone like Mifuyu would have a really nice time at doing that, because Mifuyu is a really good single target breaker. Okay, that's stop. Ouch. The boss needs to cast stop, so if you enter the fight with the boss being broken, the boss can't cast stop. Huh. Interesting. Okay, the problem is also though that if you're not in Vanguard phase, then you also have almost no break gauge depletion. You basically do nothing in the outside of Vanguard phase, so Vanguard phase is like absurdly fucking important. Yeah, I can't do anything outside of Vanguard phase. And I think next turn it starts the countdown. Yeah, this is when it starts the countdown. Man, it's absurd how important Vanguard buff is. Sumire in total for you, mommy? Because Sumire needs a good forest team, and there is no good forest team right now. I don't like Sumire, like at all, actually. I should have used a skill here, because that would have got me to Vanguard. But I guess I can do it now. Vanguard time, but it's coming a bit late because the boss is about to start the countdown, and we kind of need the boss to be lower on breakage depletion. Maybe do some damage? Oh yeah, in Vanguard we do a lot more damage, it turns out. That was a good amount of fucking... Look at that! We almost broke through the entire damage at once. Yeah, it turns out if you're... Also look at the breakage depletion! Holy shit, the fucking breakage depletion! Are you seeing this breakage depletion? Yeah, it turns out you really fucking need that Vanguard buff. It turns out without the Vanguard buffs you're doing fuck all. But once Vanguard pops you go BAM! Okay, yeah, Vanguard is like highest, most priority. Number one priority, get Vanguard buff. Sadly, it's about to run out. Bonus turn! Nice. Do some damage. That was okay damage. Okay, we're not gonna quite do it within the time limit, sadly. Oh, so yeah, maximizing your activations is so absurdly fucking important. Which means you definitely need SP springs. Like, you need to get as much SP as possible. Anyone that can give you SP, you gotta put that in there. So there might actually still be a reason to use... there might still be a reason to use Muemura, because Muemura gives a lot of SP. Like, every single SP can immediately be turned into Vanguard points. Because you get 5 Vanguard points per battle skill. Which one do we have, by the way? How much weakness there? So sadly we lost this one because we mistimed the Vanguard on our second team. But yeah. So you definitely play slower than usual. That's a full routine play, particularly because you are not allowed to use a third team, a fourth team, right? Training 4. Oh, for training, I guess you can use more than 3 on training. So yeah, we have learned a lot from this. Yeah, I think on training you can use more than 3. You can't use more than 3 all the time, right? I think we're allowed to do it here because we're on training. You know what says you can use 10? You can use 10? On Crisis? Where are the leaderboards? Oh, there they are. Well, right now leaderboards don't mean much because you only get 1 try on the highest difficulty a day. Party details. Top 10 parties used to achieve this high score are saved and displayed. I think that means that because you can do 3 battles a day, maybe that just means that... Wait, what? Yeah. No, I think because you can do 3 battles a day, what if you do more like across the entire week, you can do like 20 battles or so, and it shows your top 10 best, maybe, right? Dude, I don't know. This is weird. Because these all show 1. Let me go really far down and see if anyone used like a second one. Skynet is too good. Like, this is only on Extra, so people are able to do it with a single team. This guy used 2 teams. Maybe it is more than 3 teams. You can use as many teams as you want, really. Huh. Really, that's interesting. Because I thought they said 3 teams. Did they change that? One more party taken above. What was it? Really fun working another party taken above. When the boss is in the final reaches 0-3, listen. Okay, no, it's that. Yeah, I think you can use as many as you want. I'm gonna have to check that on my alt. Who still, like, my Japanese alt still has place left, of course. And I'm gonna see what happens if you, like, lose a whole bunch of times in a row. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let me take a look at the rewards as well. Okay. So this is season 1. By the way, each season is only like a week. So keep that in mind. And once the season ends, all of the coins go away, as far as I know. So your coins actually don't last for longer than a season. Like, these are season 1 coins, right? Let me go into my inventory. Where is it? Here, and then inventory list. Yeah, until the 20th of April. So these are Season 1 medals, by the way. So you waste these medals. Use up these medals. You don't get to take these medals with you into the next shop. Need to make sure to mention that as well. Get more from this, of course. It's just clear a bunch of battles. So just do battles. Awesome. What's the hardest nightmare boss in your opinion? Probably... Nightmare Witch of Good Fortune or whatever it's called. That one. The final Eve fight. The Nightmare Final Eve fight I think is the hardest one. Okay, what do we got? That's the wrong one. It counts as event, by the way. So you definitely want to just get the 5-star Kyoko training medals. Now you need like 100 of these to get one, which means every 5 seasons you get a free 5-star character. We don't know how often these seasons happen though. Like these seasons might happen like twice a month. If they happen twice a month, that means that like throughout a year you get like 4 characters or something. Or like 5. I don't know, I didn't do the maths. But yeah, that's pretty good. And like choose, you get to choose which character you want. That's perfect. The character you call for Micro-chan? No, I don't think so. And then you have the guaranteed crystals. So first you get all your medals. This is the #1 priority. Get your 5-star Kyoko training medals. Then you get the guaranteed EX crystal. Then you get your Magia keys. Then you get enduring drop locks. And then whatever the rest you want. The rest is not that important. So yeah, pretty darn good stuff in here. For gold at least. For silver, what do we have for silver? Oh! There's another 10 in here, so actually 30. So it's like every 3 and such, 3 and a bit more seasons you actually get a free 5-star. Huh. Interesting. Okay, what else do we have in here? Also keys. Okay, yeah, a lot of smaller stuff in here. So yeah, get the medals from here and then the keys. But yeah. I think that's about it. That's about all there is to this mode. I'm gonna have to do some more testing off stream to see how many teams you can theoretically throw at this thing. Let's see. You can do Team Sweets. You can still do the lower difficulties because there is like a really low difficulty for like beginners and stuff. Like if you go all the way down, there's easy difficulty. Doesn't even have resistances or ailment resistance. You can freely stun this guy. You can freely stun this guy on like fucking easy difficulty. Let me just see how easy this one is on like easy difficulty. I'm gonna make a 4-star team. I'm just gonna make a 4-star team. What do we have? Fucking Kush, whatever, sure, Kush. Then we have Mito, where's Mito? Great. Do this. That's good buffs. And then we can do double breaker, right? We could do double breaker. Fuck a double breaker. Do some speed. Where's my speed? There it is. You can do MP. You can do speed. You can do some defense. Sure, whatever. And of course we're going to do 4-star supports as well. At least activating an ability. Good enough. It's fucking Maraka Senpai. No, actually, exactly. Let's fucking use Maraka Senpai. Fuck it. Perfect. Absolute perfection. And then you can have this as your support Kyoko. Perfect. You could take that in. I was not ready for English ever, so please don't. So yeah, this is full 4-star. And then we have good enough. Actually, no, use yourself as support. And then just level it up. I do kind of want to level up just to. No, not these ones, not these ones. Just to see. Because I think this is going to be an absolutely one-sided slaughter. Because I think easy difficulty is actually fucking trivial and it's going to die instantly, even to 4 stars. Yeah, I already gave her stuff. Yeah, I already gave her like max level and magic level and everything. So yeah. We are fully on animal weakness, so we can do this. Looks so bad, counts as 4-star? Yeah, looks as a 4-star, basically. So yeah. This is on, let me make sure I have the correct difficulty, because I think it actually swapped back to Crisis. There you go. Easy difficulty. Practice on this. With 4-star. Now, you don't get gold medals, sadly, with this, but at least as far as silver medals go. Okay, I do need some music. Do we have something interesting? Sure. That's a lot of damage coming from a support that just activated her ability and did nothing else. They break instantly. My second Mecha doesn't even need to do anything. And here comes Maraka-senpai. Are you telling me you can't do this mode if you're on a new account? Come on. Come on. You can do at least easy mode. And we haven't even gotten our buffs yet. We just activated our buffs. Our fucking Lux Madoka with her follow-up attack one-shotted a wave. Like, come on. You're telling me you can't do easy mode at least. Our breakers are killing the boss. Our buffer is facing the boss right now. Like, come on. Comes Maraka-senpai, bam! Faces the boss instantly. Whoa. Oh my god, it surprised me. Yo, so yeah, I would say that you can definitely do the easier difficulty. Now that said, you don't get gold medals, so let me actually go up to the next difficulty where you actually do, or to the lowest difficulty where you do get gold medals, which I think is hard mode. Okay, this is hard mode. The lowest difficulty where you get medals. So I don't think this team is gonna be nearly as good now, but let me just see what happens. We don't have heals, but that's okay. Bam. We're gonna have to set up a little. And we will need our buffs. Now we definitely need our Vanguard buffs for this one. We don't have skill points for that. Damage reduction, please. Okay, do this. Okay. And once you get Vanguard, we should still be doing pretty decent damage. Okay, we're almost there. 3 more points. Now our shields our barriers are breaking. That's because the thing is, low rarity characters have really low defense. And of course, if you have low defense, that means that you obviously will take a lot of damage. So it's not that like Kokoro is bad as a defender, it's more so that our team just has so low defense that her barriers don't last for very long. We're almost there. There we go. That actually does enough because of the bonuses from break. Season will give out medals for at least 1 free 5-star. You don't get enough medals for 1 free 5-star right now anyway. Theoretically, if you only ever did easy mode, you would still be getting free 5-stars eventually. Because you still get some free 5-star medals. It just takes a lot longer. Okay, the lack of any good damage is kind of apparent right now. Because all means Sayamaka Senpai is not doing anything. He's just... he very much is just a mascot here. Okay, maybe we can at least use Kush instead of Madoka Senpai, because Madoka Senpai is just a mascot. If you do only easy mode, you get a free 5-star every 7 seasons. Wait, 7 seasons? Wouldn't it be 10? Because it gives us 10? Okay, we can put Kush in. And let's also use 5 stars as supports at least. We do this. This one. And I think we should also use a second buffer. Even if they're off element? No, actually no, off element would be terrible here. Like they would die instantly. Yeah, no, let's not do that. We don't get debuffs. And then this. Do we need to upgrade my skill? Oh, she's already at level 10. And I should actually give her some stuff. I never even rerolled this onto anything. Even if it's nothing, just give her something. Good enough. And max level. So yeah, that should be a lot better now. Actually, I don't know about a lot better, but it should at least be better. Okay, so we're on hard difficulty. Let's see what happens. When you confirm you get Vanguard, sometimes it pops up at the worst time with the boss. But the thing is, that's part of the difficulty. That is very much intentional. The thing is, you can very much slow down or speed up when you get Vanguard. So you do have a lot of control over when Vanguard pops. So you can just, you know, get good, as the Dark Souls guys say. But yeah, you could actually just do that. I of course also don't have the best Crystallis set up for my 4-star characters because I don't actively farm Crystallis for my 4-star characters. Okay, you get a lot of Vanguard points from AoE characters, so that's pretty powerful. That's a lot of skill points, a lot of Vanguard points from that. Nice. Okay, we're almost there. I think this will get us there next time. This Vanguard's gonna make a big difference for our damage as well. Though we did use our special on our attacker to get here. Okay, Vanguard. Foster only bosses with Hazuki attacker. That was with the days, but the thing is, those days are not entirely over. Okay, that's good. Good. That was just alright, I guess, but it could still be much better. Could be much better. Okay, we're about to lose our Vanguard. Maybe we can still make a last push. No, I'll keep this for when Vanguard runs out so I can get some points back. Because you do get extra Vanguard points for breaking and killing enemies. So if it's about to run out, you can actually just not use your specials. And then instantly pop your specials to get Vanguard points back. Oh, they will absolutely be adding more 4 stars. The people think it's never going to happen, kind of illusional, but at the same time, I was hoping that, or rather I was thinking they would actually be doing it for Anniversary, and I was kind of surprised when they didn't. I could spend some HP points. So, I don't know. We're definitely getting it someday, but I don't know when. I really don't know when. Bam! We're almost there. I'm not gonna use my special just yet. Kill this and we get enough points. Nice. So now we have to use our special here, which maybe... Oh, okay, they're all full HP. Kills only one. We need to kill more than that. 1-star Kuro before new 4-stars? I don't know about that. They already missed their perfect opportunity to add Kuro. Because we had Valentines. We didn't just have Valentines. We specifically had a Valentine again against Matasaburo. We even had Matasaburo already as a boss fight in the game. And Kuro wasn't there. Man, this team is way too slow. Not having more than one speed buffer kind of sucks. That said, you have a lot more time actually. Look at that. We still have a bunch more turns. Like the 3-turn limit is only on the higher difficulties. Yeah, we have 5 turns on this. Okay, that's this. Now we're not going to get very far with the boss, but at least you can see it's at least doable with 4-star only. And the thing is, you're not doing it with 4-star only anyway if you're playing the game yourself. Because of course you're going to have characters. Even just the tutorial role is going to give you some characters. So you're going to have something to go in here instead of just 4-star characters. Okay, this gives us Vanguard. It would be great if I could also use Rika in here, because Rika would actually be fantastic. It's just that Rika is off element, and so that would be kind of dicey. Okay, if we use a skill here, we actually activate some follow-up. Nice. Sadly, we're running out of time. But like 4-star can hold their own. 4-star can very much hold their own, and they fought all the way to the end. And the boss wasn't going to do much to them either. So 4-star only can totally enter this game mode, at least on the easier difficulties, right? And they can still fight and do stuff. And if you throw a bunch of 5-stars into the mix as well, that you would get even as a somewhat newer player, you can definitely get like one here. And yeah. So it also seems like if you just go in here and you just try your hardest to beat hard mode, then you only need to beat it once, and then it seems like after you beat it once, you can just hit the skip button 3 times every single day, and you just get your medals. That's all you need to do. Because of element for the little guys, because it's the boss is weak to flame. Oh really? Oh, you're right. The weakness only disappears later. So you could actually totally use Rika as well. Interesting. But yeah, so you can totally do that. So hard difficulty, despite the name hard, is actually still very much doable for basically anyone who's played the game for longer than like a week or 2. It might take a lot of effort, but like I say, doable. And if you've played more than like a month, then yeah, definitely can like edge out a hard mode victory. And you only need like one victory. And if you've gotten like one victory, just press the skip button a bunch and that's it. And there you go, your medals, and you can just put in those medals. And that's gonna be all you need. Generally, it seems like you only really need to actually win like one battle, even on like crisis difficulty. Just win one battle, and then just hit the skip button every time. But keep in mind, there's a reason why there's a practice button. Because if you go into a battle, that spends one of your tries, even if you lose. So if you suck really hard or get really unlucky, you could like lose 3 times and not get anything out of it, right? So you could totally just lose 3 times and that's it. And if you do full retreat, like if you do the full retreat, you also lose the play. Keep that in mind. But yeah, that is Exedra Crisis. What do you think of this game mode? I think this game mode is a 10 out of 10. I think this game mode is fucking fantastic. I really like this game mode. Now, I did say I was going to roll for something. Okay, I'll roll for something. What do we have? Corbo is still here? I didn't realize. Okay, we have some keys. I can roll these 2 keys. I can go utilize these 2 keys. And what do we got? Okay, we got something. There we go. I have made sure that there was at least some rolling during the stream, so that there would not be a stream without rolling. I hope you guys are happy now. But yeah, I think this is about it. But you look at that. It's open. Name doesn't even know. She's just chatting with Yoraka. Has anyone actually gotten a 5-star on the 4-star keys? Yeah, all the time. I get them all the time. Look at Nami. Whoa. What? Who is it? Wait up. Let me check who this is. What? Who is this? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.